What it do, y'all? Bread Tuck Rob, Bread Tuck Gang forever, man. Reading, I just finished reading chapter 2 of the book, Breaking the Curse of Willie Lynch by ALVIN MORROW. And chapter 2 is called Black Animalization. And the author talks about, Mr. MORROW talks about how during the Willie Lynch times, Willie Lynch was like, hey, man, you have to break these black people like you break a horse. You know, a horse is free. You know, a horse has children, has baby horses or whatever you call them, and they take care of their families. They know how to go find food, eat grass, whatnot. But when you capture a horse and you break his norm, you train him to be dependent on you. He depends on you for food. And he's saying that this is what Willie Lynch taught all the other slave owners to do to black people. Whereas before we were captured, we had our own civilization, we had our own thought process, we built our own legacies, built our own infrastructures. And we were independent. We were able to do our own thing when we were kings and queens. But once we were captured and brought here to work for them, our mind was broken. We began to take on their thoughts. We began to depend on them. That's why you see you're always going to see white people thrive. You see other cultures that leave their countries, come over here, and they thrive because they weren't broken like that. I mean, this just goes to show you the whole Willie Lynch thing was designed to keep us enslaved. It talks about how it gave 2 points on how to really break somebody. Where is it? Where's the first one? All right. First, there's the destruction of decent morals, which include the provision of the people's traditional, native, religious practices and governing social norms. We don't know any of that, okay? Well, most of us don't, okay? And this, you know, when you have something to believe in, you protect that, you know, and it says that when you have that, you protect that from people who intrude on that. So if somebody was to attack black people, you'd be, oh, hold up, man, when you know where you come from, right? But because we don't have that, you know, we be letting anything fly. A lot of us do. What else? Secondly, the dehumanization of the dehumanization of Africa happened during the entire process of kidnapping, selling us, and forced enslavement. You feel violated when you're kidnapped. Thank God I've never been kidnapped, but when you're kidnapped, I'm sure you feel violated. When you're a slave, I'm sure you feel violated because you're not even able to make your own decisions and do for yourself. And what else? Forced enslavement, kidnapping. And when you're sold, man, come on, man. How do you feel as a person when this happens to you? And it also goes on to talk about how black people were used. We had silver. They put silver caps in our mouth and gold caps in our mouth to identify us. And it talks about now how black people like to walk around with grills. It also talks about how back then we were branded, you know, to be identified and to show who we belong to. And now we brand ourselves, you know, with tattoos. I have tattoos, but a lot of us brand ourselves with other people's brands, which I don't understand. You'll never see me with a Nike check tattooed on me. I love the Rockets. I love the Texans. You'll never see me with their logos tattooed on me. I love them, but I'm not getting their logos, okay? Because somebody else who is not of our culture owns these logos, okay? These are just things to think about, man. This was a pretty good chapter, and we move on, and it just talks about how we're not able to build for ourselves anymore, man. We are dependent on working for other people. Think about it, man. When we were freed, you know, well, a lot of us aren't freed mentally, but anyway, that's another story. When we were freed, we didn't know what to do, so we had to go back to white people for jobs. That's in the documentary 13. So that's just something to think about, man. In another book I read, called Raising the Bar by Dr. Boyce Watkins. He talks about an elephant, man, how an elephant is so powerful, right? That the elephant trainer has to, you know, take the mind of that big old powerful elephant to think, to have the elephant thinking that he is under the control of this little small, you know, where you could be 6 foot, 200 and some pounds, but you're small compared to an elephant. But if you have the elephant's mind, you have him thinking that he's captive to you. You're under his, that elephant is under your control. But once that elephant realizes he's free and he could tear some things up, you got a problem. So that's just something to think about, man. We're going into the next chapter. Chapter 3 is called Understanding Divisions. I think I'm going to read that right now. But Breaking the Curse of Willie Lynch by ALVIN MORROW. Y'all know what it is. Bread Tuck Rob, Bread Tuck Gang forever. Y'all move your take it easy. H-Town all day. God bless.